Breaking news overnight, Congress approved the $900 billion COVID rescue package. How soon you could see that money hit your account.
And happening today, family and friends will say their last goodbyes to Officer Jason Shupling. We've got the details on the arrangements for the funeral.
And add a cocktail to your to-go order. Governor Roy Cooper signed off on the new order yesterday. How long this will last? As Good Day Charlotte on Fox 46 at 8 o'clock starts right now.
Good morning. You're watching Fox 46. Good Day Charlotte.
Welcome in to Good Day Charlotte here on Fox 46 this Tuesday morning. I'm Paige.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jason Harper, Brigida Mack, and Chuck Rhodes, both off today. We're going to get to Nick Koser in the Weather Center here in just a couple seconds.
But first this, because today our community will say goodbye to another police officer killed in the line of duty. Concord police officer Jason Shupling killed last Wednesday when he was responding to a carjacking.
Fox 46's Amber Roberts live this morning with the funeral arrangements, and so many coming to pay their respects. Amber, good morning.
Good morning, Jason and Paige. Hundreds, if not thousands, will participate in services for fallen officer Jason Shupling. The funeral will take place later on this afternoon behind me here in Concord at this Cabarrus Arena. Services will start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. For those who aren't attending the funeral, the city of Concord says there's another way you can show your support to Shupling's family and the police department. City leaders are asking that people line the streets for 2 processions. At 11 o'clock this morning, Officer Shupling will be escorted by the Concord Police Department from Powell's Funeral Home to Cabarrus Events Arena. Then, after the funeral, around 2:45 in the afternoon, Officer Shupling will be escorted by numerous emergency responders to his final resting place in Faith, North Carolina. More details on the exact routes can be found on the Fox 46 website. We had the opportunity to speak to one man who says Shupling's death is tragic, it's painful, and especially here at the holiday season.
This should have never happened. It's the Christmas season now. People should be loving each other and stop all this violence that's going on. We need to live in peace.
Officer Shupling was from Rowan County. He was just 25 years old and had been with the Concord Police Department for about a year and a half. Live in Concord, I'm Amber Roberts, Fox 46.
And Fox 46 just got a statement from the Concord City Council and Mayor William Douche. It reads in part, "This is a terrible tragedy felt by all of us in Concord, but it is also a time that brings out the best in us. The outpouring of support for our community that has come from neighboring communities, the governor and officers all throughout the state has been overwhelming. We hope that it brings some measure of comfort to Jason's family, friends, and fellow officers, to whom we offer both our deepest condolences and our gratitude for Jason's service."
The community continues to find ways to honor local officers killed recently in the line of duty. On Monday, the Belmont Police Department asked for the community's help decorating a tree in remembrance of Mount Holly police officer Tyler Herndon. Herndon, the 25-year-old, died in the line of duty about a week and a half ago. People showed up to Stowe Park in Belmont to place ornaments on the tree and pay respects.
When things like this happen, you know, it's good to see the community come together, and this is a beautiful setting for something like that.
His job is very important to all of us, that we wouldn't feel safe where we are if it wasn't for police officers like him.
We love our community, our community loves us, and that's what this is about.
You can see Officer Herndon's tree and the other ones on display through January 1st at Stowe Park.
And taking a live look outside right now from our Hyatt Place Uptown camera. This shot is just beautiful throughout the morning here, even at 8:03, as the sun is no longer glinting directly off those buildings, Nick Koser, but makes for an easier shot to look at least. You don't have to squint your way through it. A pretty shot, a pretty day that we're heading into.
Yeah, it is going to be a nice one. A little breezy, especially in the mountains, but all is pretty quiet here across the metro, as we do have a windy setup here across the atmosphere, and there's a cold front on the way in. That's going to show up Christmas Eve and change the game of what we've been seeing here weather-wise lately. Gosh, look at that. Almost 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Boone, 44 in Jefferson, 22 for Morganton. So those are gusts, not sustained winds, but still rocking and rolling up there. When those winds get to going, you will certainly notice it. Charlotte right now, temperature-wise at 37, Rockingham 39. Gosh, Morganton's been the warm spot all morning long at about 50. And when you factor in the wind chill, Boone, Jefferson feeling like 23. Day planner looking good, fairly clear, a lot of sunshine, temps in the upper 50s as we get into this afternoon. So very similar to what we had yesterday. That late week rain is still on the way in with that front on Christmas Eve. And then behind that front, after the rain and the snow are done, we're going to see much, much, much cooler weather on the way for Christmas Day and beyond. So again, I've been saying it all morning long. It's going to feel like Christmas out there. But here in the Piedmont, it's not going to look like Christmas with snow on the ground. If you want to see snow, go to Avery, Ash, and Watauga. Christmas Eve and early Christmas morning, it's a pretty good chance for snow. We'll talk about that and time it out. Coming up, for now at 8:05, let's get it back over to Jason Harper.
All right, Nick, thank you. Let's take a look outside on the roads. Chuck Rhodes is off today, so we're stepping in for him, and we got lots of sunshine outside. This is our Independence camera looking at the east side of town. Traffic seemed to be moving pretty well. Lighter volume, as you can imagine. A lot of folks are already on vacation this week, so be careful wherever it is you're going this morning. Breaking overnight, Congress signed off on a massive COVID relief package and averted a partial government shutdown.
The combined $2.3 trillion measure also includes a stimulus check for most Americans. Doug Luzader has more now on the specifics from Washington and where we go from here.
All we're waiting for now is the president's signature on this, but that should come pretty soon. For all of the hand-wringing over this measure, in the end, the vote wasn't even close. To start firing up the government presses, the checks will soon be on the way.
The motion to concur is agreed to.
Just minutes before midnight, Congress finally signed off on the plan. The relief portion includes stimulus checks for most Americans of $600, phasing out for those with incomes over $75,000. A $300 a week boost for unemployment benefits. More money for the Paycheck Protection Program to help businesses. Aid to schools and rental assistance. It took months for Congress to get here.
The American people have waited long enough.
This is an emergency survival package.
A survival package that all told clocks in at well over 5,000 pages, a new record in Congress, and almost a guarantee that no one who voted on this actually read the bill.
The idea that a bill would be 5,000 plus, 5,500 plus pages, that you give people less than 24 hours to read it, that you're talking about $2.3 trillion. Nobody has the foggiest idea what's in this.
And while members get ready to head home for Christmas break, some are already looking ahead to the next Congress and the new administration for another relief deal.
This package must be viewed only as a down payment. Most of us can hardly wait to begin the new year with renewed hope.
In the meantime, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin says that people will begin receiving those stimulus payments as early as next week. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
Coronavirus and the classroom. CMS board leaders now working to push some students back to online learning. There is an emergency meeting set to take place in less than 3 hours now. Fox 46's Morgan Norwood live in studio with the details. Morgan.
Yeah, good morning, Paige. We're definitely keeping close eyes on that. This meeting comes just days after the students went back to remote learning. I want to get back to this story. Let's see, where we go. Pre-K and children with special needs might not be going back to the classroom at the beginning of the year. That's what this meeting is going to talk about. The school board is having an emergency meeting later today, again, to discuss changes to in-person instruction for these groups. Students with special needs have been in the classroom since late September, and pre-K students were allowed back into the buildings in October. Everyone else, though, has been learning from home, and that will continue until January 19th. That meeting begins at 11 a.m. You can catch it right here on Fox 46, also on fox46.com. Back to you.
New this morning, a United Airlines passenger has died of acute respiratory failure and COVID-19. He got sick on a recent flight from Orlando to Los Angeles a week ago. That's according to a coroner's report. They had to make an emergency landing because the 69-year-old had a heart attack. The flight had 154 passengers.
Also new this morning, the University of North Carolina system increasing the state's total COVID-19 vaccine cold storage capacity. A total of 32 large freezers and 29 smaller mobile units are being distributed now across the 15 schools. The freezers are able to store vials at temperatures as low as 112 degrees Fahrenheit. All of that according to UNC.
Health Secretary Alex Azar and other members of Operation Warp Speed plan to distribute nearly 8 million Pfizer and Moderna shots this week, even during the holiday. And health leaders say that a third of vaccine may hit the market early next year. Unlike the Pfizer and Moderna shots, The Johnson & Johnson vaccine will take just one dose. The chief advisor for Operation Warp Speed said that doesn't mean Johnson & Johnson's is preferable to the others.
All these vaccines are important, and the doses are cumulative.
As more vaccine trials continue, doctors say so do studies of these shots in children. The Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are not approved for children under 16 years old.
Still ahead, Christmas just days away, and you may not like all the gifts you get. Let's be realistic, right? So why not re-gift some of them? Our etiquette expert, Amy Symington, weighing in with how and how not to do that.
And you may have to start paying on your college student loan pretty soon. Jane King joins us a little bit later to break down those details. And Christmas, just 3 days away. We want your Christmas decorations, maybe even your Christmas pup. How cute is this one? This is from Vivian. Thank you, Vivian. Merry Christmas to you and your furry family members. Any pictures you have inside, outside of your home, since we can't come to your house, you can send them to us. Fox 46 news tips at fox46.com. We'll be back.